Hi students, today we are going to discuss about the chapter reproduction in animals. So, do you recall the process of digestion, circulation and respiration which you have studied in your early or previous classes? So, you know about the somewhat about the circulation, respiration, digestion which you have studied in the earlier classes. So, these processes are essential for the survival of every individual. These respiration, excretion, circulation, these are the very important and essential for survival of all the living organisms. You have also learned about the process of reproduction in plants. You have also studied about the process of reproduction in plants. For example, budding, spore formation, fragmentation. These are the some example for the reproduction in plants. And which we have seen bisexual flowers, so unisexual flowers. So like this we have studied in plants, reproduction in plants. Reproduction is essential for the constitution of a species. Imagine what would have happened if organisms had not reproduced. Imagine if organisms do not reproduce, what happens? So ನಮ್ಮ generation continue ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Our generation will stop here only. If there is no reproduction, our generation will stop here only. So we will realize that reproduction is very important as it ensures the continuation of similar kinds of individuals generation after generation. So this reproduction will help in the continuation of similar organisms or similar kind of individuals and generation after generation. This continuation of similar type of individuals will looks like our father or like our mother. So our child will looks like their father and their mother. So like that, the continuation of this individuals takes place by the help of reproduction from one generation to the another generation. You have already learned in your previous classes about reproduction in plants. In this chapter, we shall learn how reproduction takes place in animals. Okay, in this chapter we are going to study about how the reproduction takes place in animals. So modes of reproduction, we have sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction in animals. So we will go through with that one. So they have given sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction, and they have given on table like human we call the small young ones as a baby. For cat, kitten we call, dog, puppies we call, butterfly, like that you have to search and fill this box. Okay, so cow, calf, like that. We frog, larva we will say. So fill in the blanks this table, in this table. Okay, so just as in plants there are two modes by which animals reproduce. There are sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, try to recall reproduction in plants which you have studied in class 7. You will remember that plants that reproduce sexually have male and female reproductive parts. So the plants have two male and female parts also, and in animals also they have male and female reproductive part. So you can you name these parts in animals also? Males and females have different reproductive part of organs. Like plants, the reproductive parts in animals also produce gametes that fuse to form a zygote. So in animals also we have two types of gametes. They are male gametes and female gametes. They both together fusion, they will form zygote. It is, so what do you mean by zygote? Means the reproductive parts in animals to produce gametes. For example, the fusioning of male and female gamete is known as zygote. We call it is the zygote which develops into a new individual. The zygote which develops into a new baby or new individual. This type of reproduction beginning from the fusion of male and female gametes is called sexual reproduction. What do you mean by sexual reproduction? Means the type of reproduction beginning from the fusioning of male and female gametes is known as sexual reproduction. So let us find out the reproductive parts in human and study the process of reproduction in them. So male reproductive part. So we have two types of reproductive part. They are mainly male and female reproductive part. In that first, initially we are going to study about the male reproductive part. The male reproductive organ includes a pair of testes. It includes the pair of testes. These are known as testes. uh, two sperm ducts and a penis. So we have two sperm ducts and this one has penis. Okay, sperm ducts are there two and the penis will be there, and this is the testes, which we can see in the male reproductive part. The testes produce the male gametes called sperms. The testes are present in the male reproductive part, which produce the sperms. Okay, millions of sperms are produced by the testes. So millions of sperms will be produced by the testes. Look at figure 9.2, which shows the picture of a sperm. So this is the 9.2 picture. This is the picture of sperm which have head, middle piece and tail. So these are the three main parts which comes under the picture of human sperm. So this, like these sperms are present in the testes, millions together. Okay. Through sperms are very, those sperms are very small in size. They cannot be seen by naked eyes. They are very small in size. Each has a head, a middle piece and a tail. Thus it appears to be a single cell. Indeed each each sperm is single cell with all the usual cell components. Each sperm is a single cell. It is called to be a single cell which have all the components of usual cells. All the components of usual cells means the normal cell which have all the components like cell organelles, like chloroplast, mitochondria, so chromosomes, nucleus, DNA, so ribosomes, all this together they form a common nucleus or common cell. So that type of cell is known as, this is also, sperm is also a common usual cell. Okay. So next we are having, so I think you are familiar with this male reproductive part, which consists of two testes. This is the penis and this is the sperm duct. Okay. So female reproductive organs are a pair of ovaries, oviducts, or we call oviduct as a fallopian tube, and the uterus. So you can see here, this is one pair of oviduct, and this is ovary. Here one side we have another one, ovaries in this side, and this is known as uterus, female reproductive organ in humans. Okay. So it mainly consists of three main parts. They are ovary, uterus and oviduct. So keep in mind, they can ask for you, draw this the diagram of male reproductive part or female reproductive part. You have to be familiar with the diagrams also. Female gametes called ova. So like male gametes are known as sperm, or in female reproductive gametes are known as ova or eggs. In human beings, a single matured egg is released into the oviduct by one of the ovaries every month. In human beings, a single matured egg is released every month. Okay. Uterus is a part where development of the baby takes place. Uterus is the place where the development of baby takes place. Uterus is the place where the development of baby takes place. Okay. Like the sperm and egg is also a single cell. Like how the sperm is a single cell, like that also an egg is also a single cell. So human ovum. So this is the nucleus which we can see in this is the egg, and which we can see the nucleus in the center of the egg, and this whole structure is known as ovum. We call that one as ovum. Next we are having fertilization. The first step in this process of reproduction is the fusing of sperm and an ovum. In fertilization process, the first step is the fusioning of sperm and egg takes place, or ovum. When sperms come in contact with an egg, one of the sperms may fuse with the eggs. When sperm comes in contact with the egg, only one of the sperm will enter into the egg. Okay. One of the sperm may fuse with the egg. Such fusion of the egg and the sperm is called fertilization. The process of fusioning of male and female gamete is known as fertilization. What do you mean by fertilization? Means you have to write the definition, the process of male and female gametes. The fusioning of male and female gametes is known as fertilization. During fertilization, the nuclei of the sperm and the egg fuses to form a single nucleus. During fertilization, the nuclei of the sperm and the egg fuses together, they will form only one single nucleus. This results in the formation of a fertilized egg or zygote. After the fusioning of male and female gametes, that fertilized egg is known as zygote. Got it? So you can see in the diagram, this is the sperm which is entering into the egg. After entering into the egg, the male gamete and the female gamete which is present inside the egg, they both together fuse and they will form the zygote. This process, the fusioning of male and female gamete, is known as fertilization. The process is known as fertilization. After completion, after joining the sperm and egg, they will form the zygote. Okay, this is the ovum and this is the zygote. And you can see after fusioning they will form only single nucleus. They both together, the sperm and the egg cell which is present inside the egg, that both together fusioning they will form only a single nucleus. That is known as zygote. So you know that the zygote is the beginning of the new individual. The zygote is the beginning of the new individual. That is the beginning stage of new baby which is present inside the mother womb. The process of fertilization is the meeting of an egg cell from the mother and a sperm cell from the father. See here, the process of fertilization is the meeting of egg cell from the mother and the sperm cell from the father. The fertilization means it is the process in which meeting of egg cell from the mother and the meeting of father cell, or we can say sperm cell from the father. So the new individual inherits some characters from the mother and some from the father. Look at your brother and sister, see if you can recognize some characters in them similar to those of your mother or your father. Some characters will inherit from one generation to the another generation, from father to the daughter or from mother to the son. So like that some characters will be carried forward from one generation to the another generation. You can identify some similarities between your father and mother with yourself only. Okay, you look same like your father, like nose, it will look like the same with your father or mother. Okay, like that some characters will match us with your father and mother. Fertilization which takes place inside the female baby is called internal fertilization. Fertilization which takes place inside the female baby is called internal fertilization. The fertilization which takes place inside the female baby is called internal fertilization. Internal fertilization occurs in many animals including humans, cows, dogs and hens. So internal fertilization takes place inside the female baby itself. So this can be occurred in humans, cows, dogs and hens also. So they have given some. So we will be surprised to know that in many animals fertilization takes place outside the baby of the female. In these animals fertilization takes place in water. Let us find how it happens. So see here. So during springs or rainy season, frogs and toads move to ponds and slow flowing streams. When the male and female come together in water, the female lays hundreds of eggs. So in the rainy season, you can see most of the frogs and toads were moving inside the water. Whenever they will come in contact with the male and female frogs, the female will lay hundreds of eggs in water. So unlike hen's egg, frog egg is not covered by a shell and it is comparatively very delicate. So the frog egg is very delicate when compared to the hen's egg. Okay. A layer of jelly holds the eggs together and provides protection to the eggs. This is the eggs of frog, you can see. So this is very delicate. The layer of jelly substance which is covered to that egg cell, which we can see in these are the eggs of frogs which we can see in the lakes and rivers. As the eggs are laid, the male deposits sperms over them. As the female will lay the egg and the male frog will come and they will deposit the sperm on this egg. They both together fusioning and they will take place external fertilization. External fertilization means inside, it will not take inside the body, but it will take place outside the body. So that is known as external fertilization. For example, in frogs we can see the external fertilization. The female frog will lay the eggs in rivers or on the rock surface, and the male frog will come and they will deposit the sperm on that egg. That egg cell and the sperm cell of the frog, they both together fusion and they will take place fertilization. That is that type of fertilization is known as external fertilization. It will take place outside the body. Okay, it is very common in aquatic animals such as fish, starfish, etc. So this external fertilization can take place in we can see very common in aquatic animals like fishes, starfish, etc. Okay. So you can see the zygote formation and development of an embryo from the zygote. So wall of cells, embedding the embryo in the uterus. So this is the female reproductive part. So this is the ovary and this is the zygote. So embedding embryo and ovulation uterus. So here the female reproductive part, this is the female reproductive part. In this one, the sperm will enter through this one and they will both together, they will combine here. So this forms the zygote. The zygote will divide rapidly and they will form the new young ones. Okay. So this is the picture of developing embryo, uterus wall. This is the uterus wall. This is the developing embryo. So baby parts such as hands, legs, head, eyes, ears, etc. The stage of embryo in which all the baby parts can be identified is called fetus. So the stage in which all the parts of the baby can be identified, that stage is known as fetus. We call when the development of the fetus is complete, the mother gives birth to the baby. When the development of fetus takes place, the mother will use the birth to the young ones or babies. So we can easily identify this is the head, eyes, nose, lips, leg, hands. So like this we can easily identify. So this is known as fetus. When the fetus will completely develop, then the mother will use to the birth to the young ones. So this much is enough for today class. We will continue in the next session. So if you have any doubts, you can comment in the comment box. We will give the solution for your doubts. Thank you guys. See you in the next session. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye.